I know what you're thinking. Ugh, Steve Buscemi. Nope. Sticky Basket. Steve Buscemi had his breakout role in the 1992 Quentin Tarantino film Reservoir Dogs, where he and his partners in crime try to find out who the rat in the team is. In high school, Steve Buscemi wrestled and was a member of the drama troupe. After high school, he joined Engine Company 55 as a firefighter. After the September 11th attacks, he shortly rejoined this company at the site of the World Trade Center. Steve Buscemi's early career is filled with theater productions and skits performed alongside Mark Boone Jr. For me, Reservoir Dogs is where I really started to notice his career take shape, though. In the film, the gang sits around the table talking before the heist, and the big boss says that he's got the bill as long as everyone throws in $1 for the tip. But something happens. Mr. Pink don't throw in. He don't tip. I hope those jump cuts were entertaining. I know I'd have clicked off the video by now. I think growing up, I didn't necessarily see the order of Steve Buscemi's movies in the chronology that they had come out in. I had actually seen Steve Buscemi star in a lot of Adam Sandler films where, if you remember in Wedding Singer, he plays the alcoholic giving a drunken toast. In Mr. Deeds, he is Crazy Eyes. Or in Big Daddy, he's just a homeless guy who's kind of pondering his life decisions. And that sort of type that I know Steve Buscemi as, it's interesting to see how it stems from that background in theater and the work he had done. Steve Buscemi isn't necessarily just a type character like I feel as if I knew him as, but when I started to look into the works he's done, such as Reservoir Dogs, which as a kid did not appeal to me, and then as I got older and started to understand heist movies, it became more appealing. I'm 30, by the way, so given that Steve Buscemi's work in 1992 of Reservoir Dogs, a little bit before my time. At the same time, that line of not tipping in Quentin Tarantino's film there is interesting to see Steve Buscemi reprise those sentiments after inspiring a generation of rude people. He's going to go ahead and tell everyone, oh, it's cool not to tip. And a bunch of people that want to base their morals off of Mr. Pink, a fictitious criminal, all of a sudden, they're living their life by his standards. And then Steve Buscemi goes out and what's he do? He becomes a server in Pulp Fiction. That was another cameo he did. Back to the point of demonstrating range through contrast, if you look at his work in Reservoir Dogs, I think a great movie actually came out shortly after that one called Ed and His Dead Mother. And in that one, Ed is a sort of socially awkward kind of guy, a little bit of a mother's boy. And as he goes throughout the movie, his mother, played by Miriam Margolyes, is sustained from death by consuming things like cockroaches. But they're not just cockroaches, she's consuming the living essence of them, essentially as like a vampiric creature living off of them. Ed, realizing the sort of harm that his mother is bringing in being alive, has to take matters into his own hand. And that film and the emotional journey he goes on is incredibly different than the emotional journey he goes on in Reservoir Dogs, from, oh, we're gonna commit a heist, to, we have a rat in the house. In addition to his range, it's really nice to see Steve Buscemi grow within his type. In Reservoir Dogs, he played a criminal, and then he goes on in Boardwalk Empire to play a criminal mastermind as Nucky Thompson, a gang leader, where he's committing all sorts of atrocious acts without batting an eye and calling hits and such. And the callousness in that situation contrasted against the sort of vulnerability of losing one's mother in Ed and His Dead Mother, contrasted against being subject to sort of societal oppression in the instance of his Adam Sandler cameos. I know I'd have clicked off the video by now. Ultimately, there are a lot of actors out there, but Steve Buscemi is one that sort of exhibits a level of greatness that I find inspiring. Thank you for watching. This has been a presentation for my acting class. I hope that this second half felt a little bit more connected than the jump cut first half. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I don't know, if you're in the mood, put on a Steve Buscemi film, because pick one. They're all great.